Welcome to the Core Connections podcast on YouTube. Hey, I'm Erica Zeal. I'm a nutrition coach, Pilates instructor, fashion worker, mom of 3, creator of the Core Rehab program, Core Athletica, instructor training programs, and the Nocta Fitness membership. And my Core Connections podcast is designed so that I can help share information with you to help improve your quality of life. So tune in to this episode.
So as women, we are cyclic just like the earth and the seasons, and then the moon and the phases. Just as the earth has, winter, spring, summer, autumn, and the moon has new moon, waxing moon, full moon, waning moon, we have those phases in our body with menstruation, pre-ovulation, ovulation, pre-menstruation. And so the qualities that we experience in each phase of our body actually mimic that of the earth, what's going on seasonally, and also what's happening in the sky. Just as the bigger picture here. So you could have a woman who it's winter on earth and she's experiencing ovulation in her body, and there's a waxing moon above head. So that would be 3 different cycles. So it doesn't mean that we always run directly with the seasons below us and above us. It doesn't mean that. Yeah, and with that, I'll just give you I'm going to give you a mini summary of each energy. So each phase has an archetype that goes with the energy. So the pre-ovulatory energy is like the maiden energy within you. So it is this energy that it's like the college years or teenage years of your life. So, that's why I also like to use the cyclic nature for aging gracefully, because you could be an 80-year-old and still get a glimpse of, the 20-year-old within yourself. Every time there's a waxing moon or every time there's spring on earth, you get to taste that again, which is really beautiful. So in pre-ovulation energy, we're dealing with the maiden energy, and she is the go-getter. She is super driven. She's super focused. She's not really about taking care of other people. She gets frustrated if she doesn't have room to get whatever she wants done. She is not a big socializer necessarily, unless you are working with her on her work or her purpose. She doesn't need as much sleep. She eats differently, so she eats lighter. And I teach a whole course on eating for your cyclic nature, which is really cool. This is a dynamic time. This is like the waxing moon in the sky. This is like spring on earth. So think about those qualities that you see reflected in those times. This is also a really good time to do things like if you have technical work, or you have an inbox that's really full and it's bothering you, and you're like, I've just got to plow through this right now and get it done. I can't even look at it anymore. That it's really good for things like this. She's really good at being positive, and she's an activist. So you might find that you are standing up for things more strongly in this energy. And she's all about mapping out your cycle ahead. So she wants you to give her a mission, and she wants to map out your mission for you, so that you can get things done. She's really good at scheduling, and she's really good at working with money too. And then we go into the mother energy, and this energy is paired with or compared to, the full moon in the sky, and this is also the summer on earth, and this is ovulatory energy. All of a sudden, that really strong, stringent drive of the virgin or the maiden softens, and it is like a blooming flower, and this energy inside of you, she's still very extroverted, but she doesn't really care so much about the list. She'll look at her list, she'll still get things done, but she's not glued to it. And she is about connection, and she is about expression, and she wants to socialize, and she cares about the people around her, and she cares about really loving them and loving herself. Like, it's so important in this energy. It's very easy to want to care about other people above yourself. It's very easy to do, but I always recommend come back to yourself first, fill your cup up first, and then do that. She's social, she wants. So what I like to do with my schedule and how I avoid burnout and feeling like totally scattered all the time is I like to put my socializing in this phase. So, let's go out, let's meet up with friends, let's see the family, let's go see our neighbors. How can I bring social life into my world? And if you run a business, this is a really good time to do your networking, to do your Facebook lives, to do Instagram stories, to do anything, to give presentations, to give workshops, because this is the most ideal time to be seen. You're so articulate, you're expressive, you are thoughtful and graceful and charming. There's just this element that comes out of us. And this is also the time where you can really believe in yourself. Like you feel like there's just love everywhere. And then we come into the next archetype is the Enchantress. The Enchantress is like the autumn energy on Earth, and it's like the waning moon above head. And this is the most creative, very mystical. You're kind of like a sorceress. But a lot of women are scared to really embody who they are here. And this is why I think we have the terms PMS, because they don't give themselves what they really need. They're not made to keep going in this mother state or this virgin-y, maiden-y state. They're meant to be who they are, and that is that they need more time to themselves. They don't need to be out putting on a mask, forcing socialization. I mean, I know we're going to have socialization here and there. I understand that, but you need more time to be with your work, to be in a creative state. Like it'd be really great if you had something to do with your hands during this time. Also, if you're a writer, I'm sure some of you write or do blog posts or newsletters or Instagram posts, or maybe you're wanting to write a book. This is the best time to write a book, because all of that expressive energy like comes down into your hands, and it just flows out of you. She gives you these eureka and epiphany moments, and you want to be writing them down, because as soon as they come in, they go out. You have contractions of high and low energy. You'll feel really like almost, I don't want to say manic, but you'll feel really like, whoa, like, yes, I'm going to take over the world. I'm going to get all this stuff done. And you're like dabbling in a trillion different things at once. And then you'll crash, and then you'll get high again, and then you'll come down again. It's easy to feel overwhelmed in this phase. It's easy to doubt yourself, but that's more towards the end. If you're experiencing that kind of energy early on in your phase, like that doubt and that fear, I really recommend looking at, are you exercising? What are you eating? Are you speaking your truth? Are you holding things in? Because that's normally a sign that you're blocking yourself in some way. Towards the end of this, you'll find that you want to vacuum, or you want to organize, you want all of the towels folded just one way, or you have to get rid of this clutter. And that's because inside of us, there's a part that is ready to build a nest, build a cocoon, because we know that we're about to bleed. We know that we're about to need downtime. The last phase is the Sage. And this is like your winter on Earth, or your new moon in the sky. And this is where, all of those contractions from the Enchantress, they kind of fizzle out. And all of a sudden you're in your lowest low, you're in your quietest space. This is like a time of death and rebirth all together. I really recommend that if you can, totally stop everything. Let go of your business, let go of all of your obligations. Take it really saying, for the weekend, I'm not doing anything, because your body is then going to be like, wow, you are listening to me. This is awesome. You probably will notice a decrease in hunger sometimes, maybe not at the beginning. If you've suppressed yourself a lot and you're Enchantress and you've made everything that she's eaten bad, or that's going to come up and rear its head in your face. You're probably going to be you might feel the hunger trickle over to halfway through this phase, but it normally decreases. And this is the most soulful and reflective time of your cycle. So you want to be the point is to get as still as you can, to be as peaceful as you can. What you're wearing will change. How you're going to see yourself will change. If you're a woman who feels like you always have to be happy and happy-go-lucky and shiny smiley face on, and believe me, I was her for so long, and I am very happy. I am, now that I found my cyclic nature. Just kidding. But this is the time to feel sadness and to know that it's all, it's going to be changing. It's ephemeral. It's not going to be there for forever. When you make a promise to yourself in this phase, it has sustainability. And then you pass the baton to your virgin pre-ovulatory self, and it has a backbone. It has something to work with. And it's like, okay, I'm not just doing these futile energy, having these futile kind of interactions. I've got a message, and I'm going to take it out to the world, and I've got a mission. And that's your cyclic nature.